Look at the difference in the colour. Welcome back to the channel and to another video. I just want to say thanks to everyone that's subscribed and also for all your comments, which are much appreciated. We're just going to crack on with where we left off in the last video, finishing off the headlining and getting it back on the car. So let's get started. Okay, so here's our next little problem to deal with. The pins that go in the hard top in the headliner. So that's the old one there, and that's the new ones I got, which are obviously the wrong colour. So I'm going to have to paint these. I'll give them a little sand down on the top and I'll spray them with some primer, and that should be a good match to the colour of the new headlining. I'm just going to give each one a quick sand down on the top just to scuff it up and make the paint stick a bit better. Oh, wrong one. They're a bit close together there. I'll just give them all a quick wipe down. Alright, that's it. Ready for paint. Right, I'll just leave those to dry, see how they turn out, and perhaps give them another coat. Right, let's give them a quick second coat. I think that should be it. Okay, we'll leave that to dry. Okay, so while the little pins are drying, we're going to look at the hard top. What I'm going to do next before the liner goes back on is I'm going to put some soundproofing on here just to help with sort of road noise as the car's sort of driving. It can get a bit noisy. I should have enough to cover all this. It's going to help. It's obviously not going to make it sort of super quiet, but I think it will certainly cut down on the amount of road noise there is. So here's what I've got, these sticky panels, which should be enough to cover the whole area. So let's start sticking these on. Okay, that's it. Soundproofing done. Just got a few little things left to do on the headliner, cut a few little bits and do the side panels. But then after that, it's just time to get everything back on the car. Right, that's it, all the edges have been trimmed. These little bits here, I'll glue those at the back when I put the actual handles back in and the heated rear window control. I'll just show you a few little sort of marks I've got. I've got that one there, which is actually a dent in the plastic or fiberglass underneath. I thought the headlining would cover it up, but it hasn't, so I've got a little mark there. It might come out over time, I don't know, when it sort of warms up in the car and heats up, but I don't know, that might stay there, it might disappear. There's our joint at the back, and again there I've got another little nick in the plastic which just sort of showed up, but again I think that might just sort of come out as sort of the car sits in the sun. But apart from that, that's it. Oh, just around the back as well, This is a bit of a tip for you when you're doing yours. Make sure you leave enough for the overlap going around the back. Mine's sort of a bit tight. And can you see there? I cut it a bit too sort of short. So there's a little sort of bit there where I didn't sort of leave enough to stretch over the back. So just make sure you've got enough going over the back when you sort of go around that bit. But that's it really. One other thing that I forgot, nearly forgot, these two little panels that go either side of the headliner there. One there, like that, and one the other side. So luckily I've got enough material to recover. But yeah, look at the difference in the colour. Incredible. So much cleaner and brighter as well. Right, I'll just get these two recovered and then we'll be ready to put the headliner back on the hardtop. So one thing I've just noticed about the side panel is you've got this little screw here. I don't know if you can see that. So that fixes it onto the panel so it doesn't sort of move around or fall off. But I'm gonna have to be ingenious and think of a way of getting the material over that because you can't get that screw out. It's sort of fixed in there. Right, let's give it a go. Right, I've already cut my bit of material to size. So if I put that on there, and if I mark where the screw is, there. So I'm going to fold that. Just do a tiny little slit, or two little cuts, one like that, and one like that. So that gives us a little hole, which should be enough to stretch over there. If I peel off that old lining, so I'll give that a quick brush off like I did for the main part, and then we're ready to put our new piece of material on. Alright, let's see if I can get this on there. I'll do this before I put the glue on because otherwise it'll be a bit of a nightmare. Alright, let's see if this will work. There we go. I won't show the other panel being done because that would just be an exact copy of this, but there we go, that's it. So let's get some glue on there, and then that's it done. What I'll do, I'll let it dry like that, and then when that's dry, then I'll curl the edges round and give it a trim. Right, that's everything done. I think it's time to get these back on the car. Okay, it's finally time to put the headliner back on the hardtop. Must be because it's fitting around the window okay. Right, I think we're there. So I've already made the little holes here in the liner where the pins are supposed to go. But yeah, I think that's it in place. think that's it. Right, I think I'll start with putting the pins in. There's our pins, so I'll put them in one at a time. Hopefully they'll push in, if not I'll tap them in with a hammer. Right, I'll just put the rest of the pins in, then we'll see how it looks at the end. Okay, there's all our pins in now. I just need to put the handles on the rubbers and the connector for the heated rear window. Right, nearly done. Just give this a little trim. I'm not going to do any more glue because the handle pushes the material back and keeps it in place anyway. There we go, done. Right, let's take a look, see how it is inside. Wow, it looks amazing. Much cleaner, much brighter. Yeah, I love it, fantastic. So let's not forget our little side cover. There we go. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. I think it turned out pretty good in the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit the notifications bell and you'll get a reminder when the next video drops. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and you'll get a sneak peek of what's happening with the channel. See you next time.